Hello, Morgan. My name is Naol. I'm the founder of Characterist. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Morgan Montgomery. I'm a student recruiting assistant at West Virginia University. Um, that's basically me.
Yeah, I hear you. How does it feel working for West Virginia's football team?
It is honestly a great place to work. We have a great staff. We have great players. Our staff, it's like a big family,
Yeah,
and that's what we sell in recruiting. It's a family environment, and we try to I love working there because every day you walk in, you're seeing the same people, and they know you by name, and it's like a real connected group. So
yeah.
that's kind of like one of the biggest things about working and representing the whole state.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that like West Virginia has good players for sure. Like there's one guy in the combine who's a receiver. I forgot his name, but he had like a really
Bryce Ford Whedon. Yep.
yeah, like he had a really good showing. So
Yep. He
when you
did.
when you mean by good players, yeah, West Virginia has a couple good players. And I know that Alonzo Day used to play for West Virginia for a little bit too.
Yep.
And he's a Canadian, so I've heard of him when he was in high school and how he was like a really good football player and stuff. So yeah, West Virginia really produces some really good athletes. I know Carl Joseph too. He's like I remember watching his highlight
Yep.
tape or something, and then
And
Tavon.
Tavon Austin. Yep.
Yeah, all those players. Yeah,
Dino Smith. All
Dino
those
Speed.
guys.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they produce some good players. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. So yeah, what do you look for in an athlete at your school?
For us, we're trying to look for guys that are ready to, buy in, kind of, have that hard-nosed mentality. We have a lot of players on our roster that have bought into what we're trying to do, and that's what we try to sell. Like, we're looking for guys that are hardworking,
Yeah,
that's going to give it their all from day one. Like, that's really what kind of we're looking for. And I think, like, a lot of people, like, everywhere, everybody's kind of looking for that. Like, guys that are kind of, like, buy in to the program and what we're trying to build here in West Virginia.
yeah, and getting that mold for that team because like you once you have like that character, and then once you
Yep.
join a team, you're just like prepared and just ready to, better
It
yourself.
all meshes.
And all meshes,
Yep.
yeah, and just become the best athlete that you can be, really, right?
Yes,
So
that is our goal.
yeah. So what do you do as a recruiting assistant?
So I am kind of the guy that's watching the film of different high school players,
Yeah,
giving suggestions to our coaching staff on guys we need to go target, prospect wise, day-to-day operations, anything that, recruiting wise, sending out stuff and mail and all that type of stuff. Kind of handle that aspect of it. Anything, my boss is director of recruiting and the other
yeah.
boss is assistant director of recruiting. So anything they give me, any tasks, putting in notes into our database, stuff like that, just day to day. And then when they get on campus, hosting prospects and kind of trying to sell the program to them.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I know for my role, because I work remotely for UBC, I just like send out recruiting questionnaires to do whatever the coach wants me to do. Like also and like identify athletes and evaluate them and give them like a star ranking, or just like, know like just understanding the athlete better, and just letting the coach know like which players are good and which players are bad, kind of thing. So like I don't do like the operations aspect because I work remotely, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So but like yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like what you do for everything, like you just help with like pretty much an assistant, right? That's your role, recruiting
Yes.
assistant, right? So that's pretty cool. Is character an essential facet of recruiting athletes at West Virginia?
I think so. We want guys that that are going to come in, with the character of being hardworking and want to, kind of mesh with the team and stuff like that. But then again, it's not really that big of a central facet to recruiting, because you can have guys that on your roster that may not buy in when they come in, but over time you can get them to buy in.
Mhm.
So it's not like it's a red flag if they're not buying in on the recruiting visit. Just back off this kid. I think, you give it some time, get them around the guys, and if they eventually pick you, you can mold them into what you want them to be, and they will eventually buy in, because once you get them all together, they're going to see the hard work everybody's putting in,
Yeah.
and they're going to want. So I think character, yes, we're looking for guys that, hardworking, strong athletes that are ready to buy into our program, ready to give it their all every day in practice, workouts, and the games. So we're just looking for guys like that. But on the other hand, we're also looking for guys that we can help, because our thing is molding them beyond the field, on and
Yeah.
off the field,
Yeah.
molding them husbands and fathers and great men in
Yeah.
society.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I think character, like yeah, like so when you get like when you recruit athletes, sometimes they wouldn't have like the best character initially, but there will be like certain traits that you can like mold. And then like when they go in a program, they just be like, oh my gosh, like there's so many other good players, and it's just like it humbles you and just allows you to
Yep.
develop yourself as an athlete and person especially. And then you can go on to your later career as a football player or even just like in the workforce, right? It just develops
Yep.
you
I agree.
as an individual. So yeah, I totally resonate with what you're saying. How do you think character translates from high school to college or university? So I think you answered that.
Like I said, like so your character in high school doesn't define who you're gonna be in college or in life. I
Yeah,
think you can always keep improving and keep getting better, and always we're all able to learn something new and kind of keep going and working on ourselves. So I think character is something that will translate. Like you'll still have little pieces of that person
yeah.
that you were in high school. But as you get older, you evolve and you get around different people.
You become more
You open
mature.
up to more mature, more opportunities get opened to you, so you get a chance to kind of see, hey, I might have been this in high school, but becoming an athlete in college has shown me that I can do this, and be better. You can better yourself. So I think definitely you can change your character.
Yeah, you can change. You can definitely change yourself completely. Like I know, like going to university is just like a whole different ballgame. Like I said earlier, right? So it's just like being around
Mm-hmm.
people who are also working harder than you. Really, and those are gonna be seniors and juniors on a team that you can look
Yep.
up to and stuff. So it's just like a whole new environment essentially, right? It's not
Yep.
like high school where you're with kids essentially, right? You're like with like young adults and stuff. So
Yep.
it's,
And
it's
you've got coaches,
coaches,
that
yeah,
are, that are, like it's kind of different from high school. These your coaches in high school aren't, they're there to mold you, of course, but like these college coaches, they're going to give it to you like straight up. They're not going to give it to you like the high school kind of like younger kid version of advice. They're giving you the hard truth.
yeah,
And sometimes, you need to hear that.
yeah,
So, yeah, they're not
yeah,
going to coddle you. They're going to it's tough love, and that's what builds character.
yeah, for sure. So my next question is, what advice do you have for an aspiring collegiate football athlete?
Um, Start early. Like start early. We have guys that come to our camps and come to our junior days and visits, and they're like 2026. They're probably thinking nobody's looking at me right now, but it matters. Like
Yeah,
starting early, going on visits, and going to camps in the summer, that matters. That gets you noticed. So when it comes up close to your recruiting time, they remember, oh, I remember that kid. He's been going to these different camps and stuff. He's been all over the country so far. Like he's really good. He'd be a guy that we should, honestly take a second look at,
yeah,
because you started off early and you got yourself on the radar early. That's what the colleges are looking for. They're looking for guys to start off early. So if you're an aspiring athlete, I would say start early. Make sure you're working all the time. Make sure you don't coaches are watching film. If they see you taking a playoff or anything like that, like it's just it's not going to be good,
yeah,
because they don't want to see that. They want to see you getting your all 24/7. So make sure you're not taking plays off. Make sure you're not walking on the field. Make sure you're doing the little things matter,
yeah,
because coaches, when they're watching film, they see that. If you're not giving good effort, they see that, and that can define you in your recruiting process.
yeah,
So you just got to be able to always be on your A game doing those things, and then eventually, when it's your time, you're gonna get noticed,
yeah,
because they've already been watching this whole time, but
yeah,
you didn't know that.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
those
I'd
are great
say,
tips. Yeah, those are great tips because like when I was in high school and stuff, like I would send like emails in like my freshman year, sophomore year, and I would go to camps, and then like I would just those camps made me better as an athlete, and then like then I joined like rep teams and stuff, right? Played
yeah.
during the summer because in Canada we have like summer football and stuff, right? And then we have our
Mm-hmm.
season, which is like high school, but going to that camp it led me to play on the summer team, right? I got recruited by the head coach and it led me to play on the summer team. And then I did really well. I got better as an athlete. And then when it came to high school football, I was like a really good athlete. And then we won a championship in my grade 11 year, right? So and I had a good
Mm-hmm.
film, and then I sent it out to coaches, and that's how I got my recruiting. Like, I got more recruiting attention. So like, yeah,
Yep.
definitely go to camps. Definitely keep working hard and always show your best effort on your film. I totally agree with what you're saying. So that's awesome.
Of
Um,
course.
so feel free to mention any camps/events coming up in West Virginia for potential recruits watching.
Yes, we have our summer camps coming up. Our elite 1 day camps start on Wednesday, May 31st, Monday, June 5th, Monday, June 12th, and Monday, June 19th. We have a game changing specialist camp for punters and kickers and all the special teams guys on Wednesday, June 7th. And our 7-on-7 and big man camps are Wednesday, June 21st, and Friday, June 23rd. All of this information is easy to when you access our website. That's where you can sign up and register, wvufootball.com.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's all, Morgan. It was a pleasure talking to you. Do you have any last words for me?
Hey, I just appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, for sure. And go Mountaineers. Could you say that or?
Hey, go Mountaineers. That's what I'm talking
Perfect.
about.